Thank you, Chair. Just to clarify, when we used General Mkonazi's supplementary statement, it wasn't because we were that we did not understand that the dynamics were different between the supplementary statement and his original statement. We didn't use that as an example on that. We used it as an example to indicate the process that we used to make sure that we do not compromise ourselves as a committee and that we use the opportunity to fix it so we could proceed in that manner. So it wasn't that we were under some delusion that the two are the same. And just on the issue, and we're going to conclude now on the issue of amending a statement and clarifying. There's a difference between clarifying points in a main statement and changing it. So we will note that there are dates that need to be changed in the main statement. It's not clarifying. Literally, dates needed to be changed, not clarifying. So that must also be noted. And I think the committee must be cognitive of the decision that we've taken today. And when we go into deliberations, what's going to happen. And also our evidence leaders must also be cognitive of the situation that they've placed us in, who are representing the people of this nation, by just not doing something very simple of just saying that this is a statement instead of a supplementary statement, because we still don't have an explanation why it is a supplementary statement, because all it needed to be was just a statement, and we would have not wasted an entire hour discussing something like this that has huge legal implications. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Nkabinde. Why did you give us a supplementary statement instead of a new statement?
I realized that there was no materially changes that needs to be effected. In fact, I realized that after I got an accurate information, like for instance, the issue of a date of the meeting of Brown Mohotsi and the minister, in my initial statement, I said it happened between October, November. Then if I check the correct date, it was 28 October. Which means in my initial statement, there was nothing wrong I did. My estimation was very correct. So it means I just needed to supplement and give more additional information for clarification.
Did your legal team advise you to do this and you agreed to it?
That's correct.
Okay. So there are 6 material changes and possibly more in your statement. We're going to go through it. Number 1, on your initial statement, paragraph 71. I don't know if you want to go to there. It says there was a meeting on the 21st of November 2024 with the top management of SAPS to discuss violent murders and crimes. Then on your supplementary statement, you say, I recall attending a meeting on the 22nd of November 2024, etc. So there's a date change from the 21st to the 24th of November.
It's not a date change.
I beg your pardon?
It's not a date changed, Chair. When I consult the calendar, I had to supplement with an additional meeting. 21st of November, it was there. The meeting is correct. What is not showing there is the meeting of the 22nd, which I had to supplement and give as an additional meeting.
On paragraph 80, you said you facilitated a meeting, and then you were vague, and then on your supplementary statement, you set out the chronology, and then you include the dates as the 28th of October and the 30th of September. So here you give an explanation or expansion.
Yes.
It's not necessarily a contradiction. On paragraph 82, there's also your dates are broad. You had indicated January and February, and then you tighten it up to the 3rd of February. So there's some clarification there and not necessarily details. When we go to paragraph 76, You say the 30th of September 2024, and then you clarify in the supplementary statement, you say there on the 1st of October and not the 30th of September.
Yes, I was clarifying,
Okay.
yes.
Right, so it's a date change. On paragraph 71, you say of the main state, in your first statement, you present him as attending meetings on the 21st of November 2024 and on the 5th and the 6th of March 2025. And then you have the 27th of March 2025 describing what was discussed about the PKTT and the murder and robbery unit. So you don't spell out how active or passive your role was in those meetings. Then in the supplementary statement, you reaffirm that you had no operational knowledge of the PKTT prior to the 31st of December directive. But you clarify that your role in these meetings were to provide strategic and administrative support. So you have reframed your role completely in these paragraphs.
Yes, in my supplementary, I was now clarifying more of my role.
You're reframing it. Should we read it? There's a difference to clarifying and reframing it.
No, I was putting in additional information.
You narrow your role down. You're not. Okay, let's read it. If you're saying that, let's read paragraph 76 in your statement.
The initial one or supplementary?
Your initial statement. Because you reframe your role, and in the main statement or your first statement, you create an impression that you were more involved in these PKTT discussions. And then in your supplementary one, you say that you didn't really participate in it. So you're reframing it, you're not providing us additional information.
Chair, where is it that I was showing my more involvement in my initial statement? Which paragraph?
Paragraph 71.
71 does not show any of my involvement.
Paragraph 68 to 72. I beg your pardon?
'68.
To 72.
I had no knowledge of the operations of the PKTT prior to the directive being issued. Then 69, I do, however, have knowledge of the existence of the PKTT. I recall attending meetings in November, which was attended by SAP's top management, of course, in my capacity as a chief of staff. I do not believe it is necessary and relevant to speak to what was discussed there, save to mention that there was a mention of the PKTT amongst other issues. So also here, I don't see my involvement or my active participation. 70, I attended all meetings with the minister in my capacity as a chief of staff. My role during these meetings was to provide strategic and administrative support, to take note of key decisions and directives, and to ensure that all matters arising were properly coordinated and implemented through the appropriate channels, acting with the instructions of the minister. Also here, I don't see where I was actively involved, except those administrative support. 71, there was a meeting on 21st November with the top management of SAPS to discuss violent murders and violent crimes. And also here, I don't see my active participation. 72, I attended the meetings of 5 and 6 March, where the gradual disbandment.
You don't, in your supplementary statement, you remove the word strategic.
Which paragraph?
In your supplementary statement, you got knowledge of, you don't say strategic, you say knowledge of PKTT prior to the issuing of directives.
Where do I say strategic?
You don't say strategic in your supplementary statement.
In my initial, where do I say it?
Paragraph, let me go to it. And maybe you can tell us what is your understanding of strategic? Because you just read now about strategic in paragraph 68. Did you not? You just read now.
Yeah, in paragraph 70, I was outlining my generic duties when I'm attending meetings, that my responsibility is to provide strategic and administrative support.
Okay, and then in your supplementary, you remove the point about strategic. So I guess we're not clear, or you're not clear, because there's a huge difference when you say strategic and then you withdraw it, because now you're downplaying
but
what your role is.
In my supplementary, there is no strategic.
I beg your pardon?
In my supplemental, there is no strategic. There has to be.
So there's just been a complete different reframing of your role in those paragraphs. Let's move on to paragraph 55 in the first statement.
Yeah, but in my paragraph 66, in my supplementary, strategic is there.
Let's talk about IDEC. Do you think IDEC has been used in the same manner that perhaps IPID was used in the minister's case?
No, I can't say, because I can't prove it. And I never encounter.
You haven't encountered anything. So the minister asking you to refer a case to IDEC for the first time, as you had given in your statement earlier, you didn't think that that might be more or less the same script as perhaps?
No, I see it like it's an appropriate body in that circumstances.
All right. Your favorable findings in the IPID investigation for 2017, were you offered any money, donations
Nothing.
In kind? When the matter was closed, did you receive anything nice, a holiday?
No, the matter was not closed.
Oh, okay, wrong word, not closed. But when you submitted your findings?
No.
There was nothing?
No, it was just part of my job.
Oh, okay, nice one. And then how many other matters did you investigate while you were investigator at IPID? More or less?
We've investigated a lot of cases, and most of high-profile cases.
Okay.
And
just more or less how many?
There are so many, and there are so many people.
Like over 50, under 50, like
over
just
100.
in particular, over 100.
Over 100.
How many of those that you've investigated have you maintained a relationship with?
What do you mean?
So you've investigated this case, right, that involved the minister, and you've maintained your relationship with him since then, to a point where you and Lieutenant General can just stop by his place and chill for tea, coffee, beer, whatever it is that you were doing. So I'm just asking, in context of the over 100 cases that you were involved in, how many others have you maintained this relationship, or you've maintained relationship?
Yes, there are so many.
Maybe just give us one or two names where you've maintained a relationship to that extent.
No, there are so many. Even but others, they don't even know. They think I'm still with IPID. They're still in contact with me. I'm still in contact with them.
You're not going to tell us, like, more or less out of 10, 20? Can you give us some names?
It's people you don't know in Durban.
It doesn't matter that we don't know. We are here and we
do an family in Tuzuma. Ngobo family in Tuzuma. They even invited me when they had an unveiling tombstone.
And you can also just stop by at their places. So if you are in the hood.
Yeah, but they are not the same as a figure, like a former premier.
Okay.
Like if I can get your number,
Okay.
it won't be the same like any other people. I'll say I'm having a
So
mandate
he was
number.
the only high profile, because just before you said you interviewed or you were part of investigations of many high profile people. So I'm just asking, the ministers on that level of high profile. So I was hoping that you could give examples of other high profile people that you were part of investigations.
As
that
complainant.
maintain that, and then eventually they appoint you, like perhaps as chief of staff or something.
No.
So your appointment as chief of staff had nothing to do with your favorable findings in the minister's
It has nothing to do because I left IPIT 2018, and I'm already having this relationship with the minister. He's been in a 2 other portfolio already. He has never appointed me, and we have never even spoke about me looking for the job. Because even when he nominated me here, I was working. I had to resign.
As far as you know, was the minister preparing to contest the ANC presidency or any positions in the ANC?
No, I don't know. He has never spoken to me about that.
Okay. Who was with you when you recorded the conversation with Lieutenant General Konasi?
I was alone.
Have you had any engagements with Sabia, Lieutenant General Sabia?
Not at all.
Ever worked with him at all?
No.
Any engagements? And then what about Brian Pariachi?
No, I never also worked with him. I know the name now.
Where you said you were employed in between May 2029 and August 2021 with Secure Asset.
Yes.
A Secure Assist.
Yes.
Did anybody who you are with at the moment, the Minister General Konasi, assist you in getting that position?
There's anyone who?
Assisted or facilitated for you to be appointed in that position?
General Mkhonazi assisted.
Oh, he assisted you.
Yes.
Who are the directors, or do you know who were the directors of the company at that time when you were appointed?
No, I'll elect not to dwell much on the private company matter. It will be very unfair to drag their names here.
Okay. Do any of them have contracts with government, or did
No.
the company have contracts with government?
Not at all.
Okay. Outside of Paul O'Sullivan obstructing you from getting positions, and his role, as you have indicated in your complaint to former Minister Bekitele, about setting up a whole project or operation with very high-ranking officials within our justice system. Have you had any other engagements with him?
With who?
With Paul O'Sullivan?
No, not at all.
So when you were part of that operation, what was your Damascus moment where you thought, I need to leave this?
No, after I realized what we are doing, because I thought we are doing the job. After I realized, then I wanted to leave it.
What job did you think you were doing?
Our job as IPID, investigating crime.
And then on this particular operation, when you initially, what did you think you in particular was the operations for this particular job? Like, who were you investigating, or what was the investigation
We were
about?
investigating General Pashane.
Okay.
So I thought we are chasing the crime. Up until I see this too much involvement of Paul O'Sullivan as a leading us. Then I started to realize that no, something is not right.
So that was your Damascus moment?
Yes.
So you were not actively involved in the faction. You only realized afterward that this was a faction. And then did you speak to anybody else about it before you went and you wrote the letter to the former minister? You just went ahead and said that, no, this is a factional arrangement and I'm leaving.
Yes.
You are now looks like we have the same vibe happening there in SAPS, well, pretty much in the justice system of factions operating. Are you also having a moment?
I also have.
Are you also having another Damascus moment of exposing a faction?
No, I'm not in that.
You were not involved in any factions at the moment. You were just doing your job there as a chief of staff.
Yes.
You and your buddy, Lieutenant General Konazi, had your things on the side and you weren't involved in any untoward things that were going on. You must also note that this is not the first time that Paul O'Sullivan has sent such messages. There's a PMG recording when the police committee sat, I think it was in 2018, and he sent a similar message to all the MPs. So it's not just about the witness that is here today, but it's also about us as members of parliament and as members of this ad hoc committee. So a very strong message must be sent out to it. And I think we should also explore our legal obligations and options on what we can do about him outside of him just coming to appear here. We can't be threatened in front of the whole nation, actually internationally, by this Paul O'Sullivan. It can't happen. Thank you, Chair. Mr. Nkabinde. It's just also to follow up on Honorable Souls. You actually state the name of the company in your first, are you withdrawing that from your statement? Because you, on paragraph 36 on your first statement, you indicate that you were qualified because you served as an assistant director at IPID for 5 years, and then you were the forensic manager at Secure Assist for more than 6 years. So are you withdrawing the name of the company now?
Can I not disclose the name in public? It's fine.
But you did, you put it on your statement.
Yes, but can I not shout the name?
But the statement is public.
Yes, it's fine. But can I not shout the name?
Okay. Your understanding is assistant director position considered a senior position? I thought it was a deputy director is considered senior.
Assistant director, yes, it's not a senior, it's a junior.
Okay.
And I acquire more when I was in the private sector.
Which was, as you indicated.
Yes.
So you started at that company, which you don't want to shout out, but it's here in your statement very clearly. You said in May 2019.
No.
Am I correct? When did you start working there?
It should be November 2018.
It was November 2018.
Oh.
Okay. Do you know that the company was only registered in July 2021?
Yeah, the subsidiary of that company. I know we've got another new one, but I'm started with an old one.
Okay. So here in your statement, you give us the name of a company where you spent 6 years and you named that particular company that you don't want to say loud. But now you're saying there was a different company that you were with. Because this one that you mentioned here in your statement was only registered in July 2021.
No, that's another one, which is a subsidiary after that, an umbrella company. That is a trade name since then.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.